Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I don't either, so welcome to my life. So this is going to be a new thing on my channel where I'm going to find a friend or be alone in my room, normal things, and talk about a certain thing. And today I'm at McDonald's, so if you hear noises like the beepings and the music, it's not me, okay? Today I'm here with my friend Victoria. Say hi, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
Bitch. And today we're going to talk about, because we used to work at the same place, and we met, she met a lot more than I did, but we met a lot of crazy people in our line of work. Oh, I'm going first? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one happened not that long ago. And something I haven't talked about on my channel, I've talked about being a cashier, but I never talked about going into the customer service booth. If you don't know what the customer service booth is, maybe leave your house once in a while. It's where they answer the phones and do the returns or refunds and stuff like that. Well, in ours, we also cash checks. So a lady comes up and says, I need to cash a check. Now keep in mind, our policy for our store is we only cash payroll checks and government checks. This lady pulled out her checkbook, started writing out a check that she thought we were just going to cash. I wasn't the one that was going to do it, so I looked at the person that she was going to do it, and I said, we can't do that. And she goes, you're telling me I can't write out a check and you just cash it? And I said, no, that's not what we do here. She then proceeded to call me a worthless piece of trash and stormed out of the store. So that was fun. You're up.
So I had a customer one time that came up to me and was like, so I want to buy this, and it was a cooler. And she's like, I don't know how it works. And I'm like, it's a cooler, you put cold stuff in it. And she's like, yeah, but like, can you put ice in it? And I'm like, yeah, because there's that lining for cold stuff.
It's literally called a cooler.
And so she's like, yeah, can you just ask someone else's opinion on it? So I call over my head cashier. We'll call Susan for this. And so she's like, hey, what's the problem? And I'm like, hey, so this customer wants to buy this cooler. She's just not really sure how it works. And she looked at me, and she looked at her, and then the cooler, and she's like, it's a cooler. You put cold stuff in it. Not much more to it than that. And then the woman's like, yeah, it doesn't say how to work it on the tag. And she's like, you really don't need anything to show you how to work it. You just put cold stuff in it. And so she's like, so she's like,
I hate people.
and so she's like, yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to buy it because it's $10 and I don't really understand the purpose of it.
Mood.
And so she was like, okay, and she took the cooler back. And yeah, that was fun.
What's another one I have?
I don't know, you have a lot of them.
Ooh, I got one. So this guy, okay, keep in mind, I wasn't supposed to work this day. Someone called out, someone left early and asked me if I can come in. So as soon as I walk in, they're just like, okay, go on this register. And it was express register. If you don't know what express register is, leave your house. It means you can have a certain amount of items in your cart when you go through the lane. Ours is usually about 15 items maximum.
16 is too many.
16 is too many. But I like to consider myself a fast scanner, cashier, whatever, what have you. So someone came up with something that had like 20 items in it, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, just come through. So as I'm ringing them out, this guy comes up with 3 things, and I'm already like halfway done with their order. And he goes, and he looks at the express sign, he looks back at me, looks at the belt, looks back at me, looks back at the sign, and goes, this is the express lane. And I said, yeah. He goes, they don't have less than 15 items. And I go, I know, I let them in. And he goes, oh, so you're just trying to be an idiot. I was like, excuse me? And he goes, you obviously don't know how to do your job. This is the express lane. You let someone in who has more than the express allows. And I said, sir, I know how to do my job. I'm a fast scanner, and I thought I'd get them out quick. And he goes, okay, so you're just being an idiot. And at this point, the customers that I'm helping are defending me, saying, don't call him an idiot, yada, yada, yada. And he just keeps fighting back with how I'm an idiot, I'm a dumbass, I'm a jerk, I'm an asshole now. And I'm already shaking at this point because I'm like, I might have to just jump over and, like, kick this guy in the face. Because I'm losing my shit. And then after they leave, this guy was so eager to get out with 2 things of beer and a pancake mix. Like, sir, I'm sure your pancake beer...
He had a busy morning, man.
Clearly.
Morning.
He just wanted his beer pancakes.
Beer batter pancakes.
Literally. Apparently he just really wanted the pancakes, so I guess I'm an asshole because I kept him from it for 2 minutes.
I'm trying to think. I have so many notable ones. Let's see. I'm trying to find one that's like...
Oh my god.
That I'm not gonna cry. Because people are just so mean.
This one I almost cried.
So there was this one guy that came in my line, and we were really busy that day, and I was also express. So it was 15 items or less, and he had like a cart full of 25 to possibly 30. I was like, sir, I'm sorry, but you can't come in my line. And the wife's like, okay, that's fine. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And I was like, no, it's really not. Because I can't take you because I'm express. He's like, you'll be fine. And he's putting his stuff on his belt, and we can't do anything once the stuff's on the belt. And so I had to scan it through. And he's like, so how many did I have total? As if like I wasn't going to count. And I was like, 35. And he's like, oh, and see, you lived to see another day. And I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to get rode up though, because there's a lot of angry customers behind you. And he's like, not my problem. And I was like,
kind of is, because we told you we can't take you.
I was like, okay.
Asshole.
I was like, have a great fucking day.
You didn't say fucking.
No, I didn't, but I was...
You wish you did.
I was like, oh my god.
So, this guy comes in one day, and I'm in the booth at this point, and he walks up to the desk. Like, I'm already busy at the desk. Like, it's a busy day. I'm busy at the desk. I have a line, like, down the aisles, and this guy comes up and says, can I speak to your manager really quick? And I said, sure, anything specific about, you know, just in case they're busy and they call and they ask. And he goes, well, I'm just tired of waiting. I was like, I'm sorry, were you looking for them before? And he goes, no, I'm just tired of waiting in line. I was like, okay. So I call over my manager. He walks up, and he goes, what seems to be the problem? And I'm, like, trying to work while listening into their conversation, because it was just so stupid. He goes, you know, I've been here for an hour and a half, and I just want to get the hell out of here, but I have to wait in your lines. You need to open up more cashiers. Now, keep in mind, all of our cashiers were open. We had no more available cashiers. Mm-hmm. Everyone else that was on the, like, front end was just a service clerk who's not trained on the register. We can't just stick them on and be like, go for it. Because if they fuck up, then we're fucked. So, you know. So, my manager's explained to him everything I just said, and he's like, okay, but I don't want to wait anymore. So, like, someone's going to ring me out without having me wait in line. And he goes, no, they're not. You're going to wait in line just like everyone else is. Because you're the only one complaining right now. And I was like, ooh, damn, get him.
What'd the customer say?
He goes, whatever, I'm not shopping here ever again. I saw him like a day later.
I was gonna say, cute week later.
Literally.
Okay. So a story where the manager was annoying. So, I was closing, and it was the head cashiers weren't up in the front, and someone had to go to their car to get money, but I had a line, so I was trying to call over someone to save recall the item. And my manager, the store manager, comes over, and I'm like, hey, can you save recall this? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, why? You guys aren't allowed to? And he's like, I don't know how to. And I was like, you put your numbers in it. And he's like, but what do you hit? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, how come you don't know? And I'm like, because they usually push me out of the way and press buttons and numbers. And he's like, yeah, you're just going to have to wait for someone. I don't know what to do for you there. And I'm like, but you're the store freaking manager, so why don't you know?
You would think people like that should know.
For real.
Like, if you're going to get trained to run the store, know how to work it. Especially a register. Like, maybe you don't know how to do everything in all the other departments, but, like, the front end, you should know how to, like, do things on the register.
Dude, it's just so annoying.
Okay, but this crazy lady. Damn, it's been 11 minutes already. Damn. So this crazy lady. I was working a 10 to 4 shift, and I hate 10 to 4 shifts. Because it's like, you're already waking up too early to go to work, and you're already leaving too late to do anything productive with your day, so it just sucks. So it's literally 3:55. I'm on my way to go shut my light, because at our store we shut 5 minutes, or we shut our lights, oh my god, English is hard today. We shut our lights 5 minutes before we leave, so we can clean up. As I'm walking back to go shut off my light, I hear some lady yelling, is anyone at this goddamn register? And I was like,
no.
Please don't be at mine. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see my bakery manager and the grocery manager just standing at one of the registers, like, just chilling. Straight chilling. And then the bakery manager starts following me back to my register, and she said she was going to bag for me. And I was like, something sketchy's going on. What's going on? I'm scared.
Oh, I remember the story.
So as I start ringing the items, the woman asked me, can you check the price of this? I said, sure. I said, it's yada yada. And she goes, okay, well, there's a sign over there that says it's not that. So the grocery manager comes over and says, okay, I'll go check for you. He leaves for a couple minutes. I start ringing up some more items. She goes, can you check the price of this? I said, sure, it's coming up as this. She says, okay, well, there's a sign over there that says this. At this point, the dairy manager came over and says, okay, let me go check for you. Oh my god, just like recalling it makes me like...
And then some Insight managers are never seen together.
Literally. I never saw so many managers at the same place at the same time, except like puddles.
Honestly, yeah, it does not happen.
So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what's going on? So they both come back and say, okay, well, this sign says this, it's not really this. The other one comes back and says the same thing. This lady looks me dead in the eyes and says, there is a cult following me and changing things in my life. And I said, what? And she goes, there's people following me around who are just like trying to make my life hell. And I believe your company is part of that cult. And I said, okay, but it's not me. I'm just a cashier. I don't know about a cult. I just want to go home. At this point, the store manager is now here. And my manager is now here. So now we have grocery, dairy, bakery, store, front end. There's 5 managers surrounding me and this lady. I'm like pissing my pants at this point. And my manager kind of just taps me on the shoulder and goes, just go punch out. I got this. And I was like, okay.
Wait, which manager? Our manager? Like cashier manager?
Yeah, front end manager. So I walk away and our old full-time head cashier was in the booth.
Yeah.
And I look at her and I said, oh my, she goes, what's going on over there? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm just pissed myself. And she goes, why? And I was like, this lady talking about a cult. I don't know what's going on. I just want to go home. She goes, okay, you just go punch out. So I punch out, I get in the car, I tell my mom, and my mom's like, yeah, you might have died today. And I was like, yeah, let's go home.
Oh my god. Okay, story time.
That's, yeah.
Okay, no.
Just now catching on?
Yes. So I'm trying to remember who exactly was... Okay. So, it was close to Halloween. I want to say the week before, I have no idea what you're mouthing. The week before.
Last year.
No, this Halloween.
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah. Jeez. So I want to say it was like 3 days, maybe a week before Halloween, and a woman came and had like 50,000 pumpkins in her cart. And I was like, okay, and she was going to the cashier behind me, who was new and one of our best friend's sister. So so I was monitoring her and helping her out because she had questions, which is fair enough because, you know, she's new and our job sucks.
Move.
So I was gonna help her with it because the pumpkin thing, of course, they just have to make it difficult, and these were like the ones you had to weigh, and she had like 50,000 of them. So I went over to help, and the cashier is just like, hey, how can I help you? You just getting these? And she's like, I already cashed out. And I was like, okay, if there's something wrong with it, you have to go to customer service. And she's like, no, there's this really creepy man following me, and he keeps asking to take me to my car to help me unload the pumpkins, and I'm by myself. And it was like getting really close at night, and it was stormy out, so like you couldn't really see that well outside. And so I think you went home. I think it was right after you went home. Because your dad went in inspecting it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no.
I didn't know about this.
So I went over to my temporary manager because our other manager was getting surgery, and then our head cashier, and I told them like what was going on, and they're like, well, shit. And so they're like, all right, have her stay over here near the podium. They called our assistant director and our director, and our assistant director came out and went and helped her to the car because he's a man. So they felt it would be the safest. So he went and helped her with the pumpkins. And then everyone was like asking me and the cashier behind me, like, is the guy still in the store? And I was like, he just left, but he's been coming in and out of the store for like 20 minutes now. He's just been like in and out, and he kind of seems drunk or something. Creepy. So then I remember you coming back in the store, because at this point they're all looking for the guy. And I remember you coming back in the store, and you're waiting, and you're like, I don't know why my dad came back in the store. And then
because he didn't tell me until after we left.
Yeah. So then that was about the end. I don't think they ended up finding the guy, or he was in the bottle room or something, but they didn't really do anything about it. And then you told me whatever happened with your dad. You say it because your dad said what he was doing.
I know he went up to him and said leave her alone, but I don't know everything that happened.
So yeah, it was creepy. His dad ended up coming back in and was like following the guy that was following the woman. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Stalker became a stalked.
I know. I was like, what is happening? So yeah.
Following the story that I last told about the creepy cult lady, she came back in.
Of course she did.
Like 2 weeks later.
All the wounds shop at that store.
And as I was going to punch in, like our time clock is right next to the bathrooms. So she goes to go into the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can get away. So I walk over to go clock in, and she walks into the bathroom, and then just, as soon as I clock in, she walks back out and she says, you, come here. And I was like, no. That's the girls' bathroom. And she goes, I don't care, I trust you. Someone in the booth. Someone in the booth just yells out across me. No, I'll call the porter. She's like trying to help me. She's like trying to get me out of this, and I'm like, thank you. And she goes, no, I trust him. And I was like, why? Don't trust me. I dropped out of high school. And so, reluctantly, I tell the booth person, I'm like, I got this, just call the porter. So I walk to the bathroom, and before we even walk into the bathroom, she goes, it's hideous in here. There's shit everywhere, toilet paper flung around the place, and I was like, okay, let me see. I didn't want to see, but like...
You had to see.
I had to see. So I walk in, there is no shit anywhere. All the toilet paper's in the thing. The only thing that was different is some metal thing on the wall was tilted. That was it. So I walked back out, and I was like, okay. I said, did you want to go to the bathroom? Or are you going to wait for the porter? She goes, no, I'll wait. So I walk back over, and the booth person's like, so what was wrong with it? I was like, absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the head cashiers that are on duty that day, and they say, hey, what's up? And I was like, the crazy lady's back. Call the cops. And they did. The cops showed up and escorted her ass out, and I was like, bye.
Oh my god, wait, do you remember the night me and you were there and we wanted to get out of the store really fast because something kept happening at the booth and I couldn't remember what it was, but like they called the cops. Like they've called the cops so many times. Yeah,
I don't remember.
we've lost track, but I don't know, I'll have to try to remember.
One time I made a trainee call the 911 because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I love that story. But following up with that story, connecting to it, when one of our best friends, we'll call her Miley. When
Cyrus?
Yeah, went out of the store and she was a porter and a service clerk, so she was doing like her rounds, making sure the outside was clean, making sure carts were done. And so she comes back in the store and she's like freaked out. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I gotta go talk to someone. And I was like, what? Wait, what? What's going on? And then next thing I know, I'm seeing an ambulance outside. Our manager, Ike. And
You're really good at these names.
And they can bite me if they think I'm talking about them. I don't work there anymore. But he went out. Our assistant upfront manager went out. Our store director, our assistant director went out. And I'm like, what is happening? And then our assistant manager comes back in and she's helping me with something because I needed her numbers for a transaction. And and I was like, hey, so what's going on out there? And she's like, nothing. And I was like, it's a whole lot of nothing. And she's like, yes, it is. And she walked away. And I was like, yeah, no, I'll just ask,
Miley?
no, I'll just ask. What should I call her? I don't know what to call her.
Oh.
I don't know what to call her.
Kelly.
Kelly? Really? That's dumb. But, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But Kelly came over because, again, I needed numbers because customers just wanted to do bottle slips and fuck me over that day. And so I was like, so, you know, what's going on out there? Because what's her name said nothing, but it's a whole lot of nothing. She's like, oh, it's either someone did a drug overdose or they're drunk and passed out, you know, the usual. And I was like, sounds right. I was like, nice. She's like, yeah, another day at blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, it is. And so, then we're leaving, and then Miley comes over, and she's like, yeah, I thought the guy was dead. I don't know. And then Ike's, like, trying to shield me, like, don't look. And, like, dude, I found the body. I already looked.
Dude, deadass. I don't know if I was with you or Sarah that day, but we were on the green one day, and we saw this guy just laying across the street. He didn't move the whole time.
Man.
I
It's
thought
just
he was
like
dead.
I was like, I can't. This is like amazing.
But that would
And
be fun because of Snapchat.
was that the one that you were asking the trainee for the 911? I think that was the day that you were, or that was a different day. See, this is just.
That was just some lady collapsed in the store.
Yeah. Our work, man.
And of course, like, of all places, they, like, ambulance were gonna bring her. Like, they could have brought her to the ambulance and asked her all these questions. No, they sat her down right next to the booth where me and this trainee were. And I was like, this poor trainee.
I remember the director literally running out the store, chasing after a woman to get her statement about how she fell.
Some lady fell outside, like, a couple days ago, and I had to call
This, like, woman, though,
Victoria.
like, was it her name? Was Victoria her name?
No, the director.
Oh. Yeah, no, let's not call her Victoria.
I mean, everyone calls her you. Or everyone calls you her, so.
Yeah, I know. But, literally, she was running out of the freaking store because this woman, like, fell, and she fell, like, amazing. Like, this would be me if I fell. Like, not only did she fall, she probably got a concussion because she literally moved. She tripped over the cart's wheel, then fell, hit her back on the back of a register, and then hit her head on the cart. And I was like, how in the... And this is going like slow-mo to me because I'm like, oh my god, I just started here. I really don't need someone to fall in my lane. Like, I don't... Like, there's enough going on in my life. And the manager's coming over and like, what happened? What happened? Like, I fucking did it.
What'd you do?
I was like, didn't you notice I jumped over and punched her? Like, what? Like, what?
You didn't see that on the camera?
I'm like, what is that? And then she was like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I'm tired. I'm in pain now. And she's like, I'm not going to press charges or anything. It was my fault, blah, blah, blah. Like, she just wants to go home. They're not letting her. My manager's doing everything to stall. But I am, like, trying to get this woman out of the store because, like, I can't just stop checking out. And I'm like, so, like, I don't know what to do. And then you see the director, like, running down. And she's, like, running down. And literally, she's like, where is she? Where is she? And our manager's like, the woman right there. And she's like, okay, I'm going. And she went. She's, like, chasing after her. Then you see that stupid last assistant director we had. Yeah, no, the other one. Yeah, the one going out the store, and he's just like, and then he came back in before the director even did, and he's like, yeah, it's probably a lost cause. And I'm like, okay.
If we ever get him back, I'm quitting.
I was like,
so much shit.
oh my god. And then my manager got annoyed with me. She's like, you should have been flashing your light. I'm like, you came right as her ass landed on that floor. Like, I didn't really have time to get you. You were already there. I was like everyone was there. I'm like, so, like, I don't know what you expected me to do because you were there. But next time I'll flash my light and be like, hey, I know you're already seeing this, but come here. Like, I don't know what you expect of me.
I had another one that I forgot what it was. Oh, this will be the last one. Because it's been going for half an hour. So, story time. I don't remember if she was training or if she was just in there with me. But me and this girl were in the booth together. And she was helping some guy with whatever he was doing. I think he was doing lottery. He gave her a $100 bill. And she said something, or he wanted something else, something like that. So she gave him the $100 back. It was one crisp $100 bill. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks away, and he comes back like 2 minutes later as we have a line. We have 2 lines. Yeah, there's 2 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes right up to her and he goes, you have my $100. I want it back. And she goes, sir, I don't have your $100. And he goes, oh, yes, you do. I saw you take it off the counter and put it in your smock. Show me your pockets. So she goes like this. She just kind of reaches in and goes, I don't have your $100. And at this point, I heard it and I was like, ooh, child. Okay, let me call someone because it's going to get heated. So I called our assistant director at the time and I said, hey, someone's saying so-and-so has their $100, and I know for a fact that she don't, so can you come down here? And he goes, okay, I'll be right there. He comes down and goes like this, what's the problem? And he goes, she has my $100, I want it back. And he goes, okay, let's check the cameras. He goes, let's. So they both walk into the camera room, they check it. Clearly, he took it back. Like, I didn't even see him take it, but I know he took it. Because I'm not dumb. So he walks back out and he goes, I apologize so much. I really thought you took it. And she goes, well, I didn't. So have a nice day. And I was like, ooh, savage. Oh. Oh, and trust me, we got plenty more. So if you want a part 2, like this video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.